Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we are going to be building a little real grade today. We have got our real grade Exia, so we're going to be recording this. We're going to be building this guy and reviewing it, but that's not all. We've also got our premium Bandai Exia repair parts. So we're going to be transforming this guy into Exia repair, which honestly, I think is the best looking version of Exia. He looks super cool. He's got the cape and everything, but of course, it's not very practical with only one arm and stuff like that. I might change it up a little bit. I'm thinking I want to keep the long blade instead of the broken one, but we'll find out when we get there. So let's just go ahead and jump into this build, and I'll see you guys for the review. Here we have it, my friends. We have completed our build, and he looks absolutely gorgeous. Very breathtaking. You can see I did just a tad bit of coloring where his knee armor is missing there. We did some bronze and gold and a little bit of chrome. And then we have got our eye right here that I colored red, as well as a blue wire running across. And man, this guy just looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's just give him a quick little turnaround here. That blade is awesome. And he also has these very cool blades you can hook on the waist here. As you can see, I didn't go one for one with the Exia repair. I wanted to keep the longer blade here, but actually what is very cool is these blades are able to switch out. So if I want to, I can take the damaged blade and just swap it out with this right here and take pictures with that. So that's what I was doing earlier. I took some pictures, and actually when you look at it, the P-Bandai parts aren't a whole lot of parts. It's mostly just the cape, and you get a little bit of knee frame pieces to use right here, and then the main part is the face and the cape, and then you have a couple other damaged bits here and there. Obviously we're missing our right arm, and you take one section of the waist armor off and then only put on one of those. Don't put the reflective thing in his arm. And yeah, there you have it, Exia repair. There's something I'm missing, I'm sure. There's a little bits and pieces on the torso that he has different. Like you can see the one vent on his chest there is different. We've got the missing yellow vent, of course. So that's just a gray piece that goes in there. But I think he looks absolutely beautiful. Very, very aesthetic. Actually, probably my favorite variation of Exia. I don't really count whenever you get to Quanti and all those. So Exia as himself, this is the best variant. He's going to look great in my display. Eventually, I'll have my perfect grade Exia to display with that guy. And man, just the aura on this guy is amazing. You can move this cape around and things like that and get some great pictures. I'll show you guys some pics as well. So we're definitely gonna give these looks a 10 out of 10. He's got the awesome cape, and man, you just don't get much better than that. He looks fantastic. 10 out of 10. He's got the cool robot face. I mean, what else could you need, right? So let's just go ahead and talk weapons, because that's the next easiest thing to talk about. He's got a ton of weapons, as you can see. You get 2 beam saber long blades, 2 beam dagger blades, and you get about, let's see, you get about 8 handles for those things for sure, because you can see on the back this one goes on the back here, so he's got a lot of weapons. One goes on the back here. There's 2 slots in the back of his arms to put it, but Exia Repair doesn't have them, so I took them out. That's why I've only got one slotted into the back. You've got those other 2 swords, like I said before. The one's hooked on his waist right now, and then you got the big sword here, the gun sword. That thing is huge. And then you also get this shield, so that's pretty amazing. And this shield is able to be hooked on either arm. The gun is also usable on either arm, but I've only got one arm really to work with on my guy, so that's okay. But yeah, he's got a ton of weapons. You got 2 sabers, 2 beam daggers, plus 2 other swords, plus the gun sword, plus I also have this little broken one to swap out. But if you're looking at just Exia by himself, he has a ton of weapons by himself. The only one he's missing is the broken blade. So he's got the shield, he's got all the sabers, he's got the big sword. The repair variant technically really isn't supposed to have the small swords on his waist like that, but I decided to keep it because I really think it just looks cool and I just want to use all the weapons. The same reason why I'm going to be displaying it with the long blade out and not the broken one, but I did get some good pictures with the broken one too, so that's good. But yeah, I am really happy with this build. We're going to be giving these weapons, we're going to give him a 10 out of 10 because honestly, you really can't ask for much more than this. He's got a gun which transforms into a sword, plus 2 metal swords, plus 4 beam swords, plus a shield. I mean, you really can't complain about that. I mean, that is just crazy. And then look at the size of this right here. You got these molded in chrome as well. I mean, that is just great. I mean, that's awesome for a real grade. Alrighty, so moving on to the build. A lot of people said they really didn't like the Exia real grade. Just Exia by himself. They said the ankles were very small and flimsy, and actually I really like this build. The ankles, to my experience, aren't super bad. The feet are a little bit small, so it can be hard to get a crouching pose or whatever, but I managed to pose them pretty good, and it really wasn't too bad. The ankles really didn't come off unless I tried to angle them very far downward. I will say that. They don't go very far past this. I've got them tilted down as much as they'll go without popping off. So maybe a little more range of movement could be good for that, but they really aren't as flimsy as people say. I had a very positive experience with this build overall. However, there was one major issue that I experienced, and that has to do with these arm pieces here. So as you can see, the way this is connected, this is the piece to connect the cape, okay? And it's connecting into where this arm piece usually slots in. You can see it goes in like this, and then you bend it back this way, right? Just like this right here. These pieces here are very tight, okay? So we're gonna be pushing this one in and pushing it into the body, okay? But those are very tight when you first get it. So as I was trying to install my arm, I was pulling it into the body as you are supposed to do. Let me demonstrate this again. It starts out, you hook the arm into here, and then you push it, rotate it into the torso, okay? As I was doing that, the piece inside of here that attaches to the arm snapped as I was turning it into the body. The piece inside snapped. So that's one thing to be mindful of. Those pieces can be fragile. I was aware, like on most real grades, you always want to work the joints first, especially on the joint runner. But one thing I didn't think to exercise were the ones inside the torso piece, because I didn't realize these arm sockets were gonna be attached in the way that they were. I was assuming I was gonna get another piece to put around this and then attach the arm onto it. I didn't know it was gonna be moved. It didn't look like it was movable in the way that it was firstly constructed. So, that being said, you might want to watch out for that. Always make sure that these inside torso pieces are exercised when you get it, and I think you'll be pretty fine. I had a really positive experience with the build. That was the only thing that messed me up. Like I said, that was super tight, and if I looked a little bit closer at the body piece, I probably would have realized that I should have worked these muscles out here and moved them inwards. But that's just sort of my mistake. But in terms of what this kit comes with, even not talking about repair, just Exia by himself, it comes with a lot. You've got a good amount of hands. This has both the articulated hands and the pre-molded hands. You've got open ones, you've got closed fist, and you've also got the weapon holding hands for both sides. I've got the weapon holding hand holding that one right now, and then you've got two of these fully articulated hands. My other one of these is in this hand, and these are okay. These aren't too bad. And these are okay. These aren't too bad. But you get a lot of stuff. And honestly, I was posing this guy, and he was pretty stable for the most part. He fell over a couple times, but that's, par for the course when you're using model kits. I can't really fault him just because he fell over. But as far as overall stability, it's not any, really worse, because I know models that you can't even stand up without, they couldn't even hold their own weight up, But this guy, like I said, his feet may be a little bit small to get the right balance sometimes, but he's definitely not a hand grenade. He's not falling apart. And also the posing experience is fairly good. The articulation's pretty good, and the stability is pretty good. Yeah, I think overall, I had a fun time with this build. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Now we're gonna show off this articulation. Alright, so I'm not gonna be articulating my guy's arms for obvious reasons, but I'll show you with the other arm. We'll just go ahead and start with these legs here. All this guy's joints are double jointed. You get a pretty good range of motion. Not too bad. You can go sideways. These can get in the way if you want to go up super high, so looks like you don't want to go too much farther than that right there as far as upwards angle goes. But sometimes you got to be careful when you're posing. The leg might come off like that, but it, for me, doesn't really happen too often. It's not too bad. Like I said, just work out those joints, make sure they look nice, and you'll be fine. You'll be good to go off that one. As you can see, that's as far down as we can go before it comes off. Two separate pieces for a little bit of toe bend, a little bit of heel bend, I should say. This is the toe bend. but you do get a little bit of split action. You got some heel bend and some toe bend here, so that's also super cool. The torso has got some decent articulation as well. You can go forward and back. It will twist all the way around. I don't really want to twist mine around, but it does twist around. Mine's just a little fragile, so I don't want to stress them out too much. The head, you can look up and down with it. Looking really nice. Got some good range on that. Got some good range on that neck hold there. These, of course, come in and out. The neck as well can go all the way around. Altogether, pretty good figure. He doesn't go side to side too much, but another thing you may have to watch out for is these little torso pieces are kind of wedged in here, which is a very interesting design choice because they're not actually hooked onto any piece, they're just wedged in here. So that's very interesting for that Bandai. So watch out for these flying out, but it's usually not too bad. You just wedge it back in there and it's pretty easily popped back on. And of course this blade right here is going to rotate in just like that and down like this. It's able to come out like this and come back around. Whoops. Clipped my other blade. Come back around like this. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out this arm articulation. This guy's got double jointed arms as well. Pretty good range of motion here. The wrist is gonna go all the way around. And normally you would get a 360-degree bend on this. My guy is a little stressed right now with his arm situation, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I can rotate it around, but it's gonna weaken the strength of my cement if I do that, so I'm not really too inclined to do it. And these pieces right here actually can go up and down a pretty good range. So they would normally be like this, and this would be on here like this. And actually these shoulder armor pieces are also individually movable, and then these arm pieces are also movable, right? So you can be like this, you can be like this, and then you come back down like this right here. You can do down, you can do up. I usually keep it about middle, but that is our articulation. So with that being said, my friends, I think we are gonna be giving our Exia repair an articulation score of 7 out of 10. He's pretty good. He can articulate pretty good. Ideally, he would have some better ankles, maybe some slightly larger feet. So that is gonna be our review. I think I got 10 out of 10 on looks, 8 out of 10 on the build, 10 out of 10 on the weapons, and articulation is a 7 out of 10. That is a fantastic score. That is an awesome score. That's only 5 points away from a perfect score, you guys. This one is actually really good, and I would highly recommend it. Just keep my tips in mind when you build it. Be very careful when you install the arms. Good luck to you guys. I hope you have a great build with it, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
it.